women arrived, their bodies mutilated. News came down the river like a trickle of blood. I went, I rode without halting once. I rode alone. I carried my stockwhip. I lashed that man. Call him a man, I lashed that man. And then I rode back. Hard man but fair, hard man but fair. We went to the Holroyd, Thumpench. I carved my initials in the tree, 1928, the Holroyd mob. They came to me bearing fish. They came to me bearing fish on sheets of tea tree bark, kitch, cooked fish, the skin blackened. They spoke to me, they called out something in my name. They gave me water, they presented me with water in a little container my hands were not to touch. They blew in my hair, they rubbed me with underarm smell. They said things in their languages, they sang. We understood little. They carried bodies in bark bundles. They called our clothing the clothes of the dead. Mimpamutuma. Yes, he was there then, a little boy. He looked at me with large eyes, eyes that never deviated. He knew me, I knew him. He was already. I asked his name. No one said anything. I wrote his name in a book. I recorded his birth, 1st of July. I preached a sermon there near Tupaji, the wide belly of the lagoon. They showed me barbed wire in rolls. I smashed it. I hacked it to pieces with an axe. My fury knew no bounds. Pamakulinja. They saw my fury, they witnessed my fury, they said nothing. They knew well that I was a man of fury. I was young then. I travelled the lengths of these lands. I preached my sermons. I made my undertakings. To the Holroyd people, I will build your mission here. To the Kendall people, I shall build your mission here. I was still a young man. Where I trod, my imprint remained. We did not ask you to come. You can leave any time. We never asked you to come. You can leave any time at all. You may hear things, you may not. Things fall into silence, even the most salacious, even the most garbled account. We step into the snow of our final act. See, someone has lit a fire. See, the smoke drifts through the trees, drifting through the middle branches of the bloodwoods and the stringy barks. It comforts us. It comforts us curiously. We ease to the east, we ease to the northeast, we ease in a most unusual direction. We know the meaning of this fire, we know there's one meaning anyway, and not a song of regret, not at this moment. Up-oh, up-oh, up-oh. The vehicle fast on the track, the vehicle that is yet to appear, and then the rain, and then the new berries on the branch. My mipper. Plans that pretend to a status they will never achieve. Sour wild grapes, things with coiled ligatures, things that climb. Up-oh, up-oh, up-oh. The wallabies may come, they may, the bum on the ground, Ukapopla, the smell of slow-burning timbers, the taste of smoke-tainted tea, the predacious emu on cautious foot. Up-oh, up-oh, up-oh. The trip to Yarning was not a success, maybe not. They spoke of crocodiles sent to do their master's bidding, the eager mouthing of desire. The jaws have it, the jaws have it. We caught a rock cod there once, spotted stingray and unkaratan rock cod. It is not a bird you forget. Not so big, but there we caught it at the water edging the slithering curve of fine white fine sand. Yarning. My, the mosquitoes were in abundance even then in the middle of the day, and the well ruined by the tide. of mud on their hides the pigs suffered, the clouds and mosquitoes shooting skyward at every step out of the disturbed grass, and the salt water in our mouths. By now you might think we had learnt something, the sag of flesh, the failingness of our animal passions. See how they have grown. See how they have grown enormous. As we approach knowingness, the squatter's chair taken to the landing, the squatter's chair taken on an excursion to the place where the coconuts grow, where we planted them, and the rancid waters of that well where you pump for water, water full of rust and the sour taste of stagnancy. They will say things later, the girls who are with us, clasped to our bosom, each assigned a part of our body corporate. They will say things and they will laugh without rancour. Uphold, uphold, uphold. And the sounds of laughter silent among the straggling palms. Yuk-mutcha. We speak in monosyllables. We speak without speaking. We tuck the pipe in our mouth. I look to my ancient partner. I look at the awkwardness of her shoulders, her spare necessity. It is better to be judged than forgotten. It is better to be spared than to be judged. The moon is silent. The tide is more or less risen. The tide is more or less risen or fallen. It makes no difference. If you walk to the point, you can look north and south. It makes no difference. The water slides along the curve of the sand. The crocodile is dead. The rock cod has slipped away. The foolish wallaby attempts to cross from island to shore. It succeeds. A sudden sadness in those of us who witness it, swimming from the island that bears its name. There are two islands that bear that name. They make a final home to no one.